what's going on? This is David the Car Guy, and today we are going to be reviewing one of my favorite four-door full-size sedans, the 2014 Dodge Charger. It has the granite crystal metallic paint, which is actually, in my opinion, the best paint for this car. It looks really cool. It's not too dark, like pitch black. I do like this car also in the white color. I think it looks really cool, but this color just makes the car look a little bit more aggressive, in my opinion. I just really like this color. It's a really nice color for this car. And you know, a lot of people have been complaining that Dodge is really making the Charger too family, because if you don't know, originally the Charger was a two-door muscle car, just like the Challenger was and the Camaro was and all those muscle cars out right now. But they turned it into this four-door sedan, and you know, I don't really think that's a bad idea, because if you think about it, this is actually one of the cheapest four-door sedans at this size that you can get. I mean, without going to a car like the BMW 740i or something like that, this is pretty much one of the cheapest full-size sedans you can get right now. Alright guys, so we're in the Dodge Charger. Let's turn it on. So the interior of the Dodge Charger is actually surprisingly good. I noticed that everything feels really solid. Like, for example, the dash right here, it feels really solid. Even if you knock on it, it doesn't feel really hollow. And it's also got this nice rubbery feeling to it. It's you can tell it's kind of plasticky, but it's got a nice texture to it, and it's got a nice soft touch type of feel to it, which is way better than most American cars that I've tested. And on the side of here, you also get more of that same material, which actually feels really nice and does look nice in my opinion. And you know, on the armrest here, you get this vinyl also, and more vinyl, and also on the, you have this huge armrest right here, and it's all covered with vinyl, which feels really nice. I actually found this to be really comfortable. I even just took a road trip to California here from Washington, and this car was like very comfortable to sit in and to ride in, and it was just really comfortable. I found everything to be really nice. My butt didn't hurt on these seats. These seats are really nice. They are a little bit bolstered. They're not full like sports seats or anything. They're really made to be really comfortable. I also found them to be comfortable. And alright guys, so we're gonna rock it off here and drive the car and see how it drives. First, let me get a drink of water, just so I can talk without a dry mouth. Put my seatbelt on. And I've been driving this car for about 3 days now, so I think I know a few things about this car. You know, my previous reviews, I've only driven the car for like half a day or the whole day, and you know, just one day. So this car I've been driving for about 3 days, and even when I went to Florida and I rented this car also, and I drove this car, and so you know, I know a few things about this car. So let's go ahead and go here. We have an automatic here, just like with all Chargers, but this one has a slap stick, so you can slap it to the right to upshift and slap it down, or to the left, I mean, to downshift. And we're going to be using that right now because I think it's a little cooler than just going like this the whole time while I'm doing my review. So let's go ahead and start. So you know, this isn't really much of a performance vehicle. I mean, it is very performance oriented, but it's really more of a family sedan. It's not really meant to be a high performance muscle car or sports car like, you know, the Camaro is, or the Ford Mustang, or any of those cars. You know, this is more of just a family sedan with a nice big engine inside. But you do get a nice little like exhaust note when you really push it, and that's a really cool thing about this car. So let's go ahead and get through this corner. So let me show you that exhaust note right now. Let me switch to first gear. So it's a little bit, it's there, you know, but it's it's a little teeny sound compared to, you know, a lot of cars I've driven. Of course, obviously it is better than my 4-cylinder that I own right now. And once you push it to like the 5,000 and up range, you really get to hear the engine noise. But the exhaust isn't really built around, you know, being loud or anything. It's not a straight pipe, or it's not anything like a Borla or Magnum or anything. It's just a normal exhaust. You're really just hearing the engine noise rather than the exhaust note. So yeah, when you drive this car, it's really calm and relaxing. It's not anything like a Camaro or a sports car. It just feels like a BMW or a Mercedes. Really relaxing, really nice. It's a good experience. This is the perfect car for road trips. You know, I went on a road trip. I used this car exactly for what it was, I think, meant to be, which is a car meant for the US roads, which are really long, and, you know, taking road trips and stuff like that. This is the perfect car for that. Very quiet inside the cabin. You do hear some wind noise from the front windshield here, but it's not too loud whatsoever. The road noise is really just numb. You don't hear much of the road noise whatsoever, and the engine noise, unless you really push it, you don't hear it whatsoever. So it's really nice. You don't hear any drone whatsoever, and this definitely feels like a luxury car more than a sports car. You know, with this V6 model, the power is not amazing or anything, but it's definitely there. You're going to be passing pretty much 90% of cars that you see on the road whenever you want, just like that. So if you want to pass a car, you can just pass them really easily. The V6 model, I think, is really the perfect combination for this car, since it's not really a muscle car, so you don't need to like go to the V8 model. I definitely think you should stick with a V6 model just because it has that much better fuel economy, and you know, you really, in my opinion, do not need the V8 in this car unless you are thinking of taking this car to the track or something. I really do think you are going to be okay with the V6 model, and you know, it does produce some pretty good numbers. So I love how you get the full package with this car. You know, it only costs $26,000, but you get the powerful engine, you get the comfort of a luxury car, even the interior quality is pretty up there. You also get the looks, so you know, wherever you're gonna go, people and your friends and stuff like that are always gonna want to ride with you. And this really is a car that doesn't look like it's only $26,000, and it's definitely a car I'm considering buying if I do have $26,000, because it's such a good looking car, and it only costs $26,000. I mean, where else can you buy a car like this? Well, obviously this is a 2013 model, so it doesn't cost anymore. It's actually even less, but I'm talking about like the new Dodge Chargers and stuff like that. It's so cheap. Why wouldn't you get this car?